Warhammer 40,000 is a daunting game to get into, with over 20 factions to play with, and many diverse miniatures to build, paint, and collect. Where exactly do you start? My name is Brother Tobias, and I am a Space Marine. The chapter has allocated to me a budget of $250 a month. There is an obstacle, however. My entire budget has to be spent on official Games Workshop products. I am not allowed to share 2-player boxes and cannot purchase used miniatures. The goal is to gather a 2,000 points Ultramarines army and lead them to victory in an official tournament. Welcome to Space Marine Plays Warhammer 40,000. Last week we unboxed a full display of Space Marine heroes and got a beautifully detailed tactical squad out of it. But most importantly, we got the model for Sergeant Sylvestus, who will be the body I will be making my conversion out of. What we will be building today is going to be a Chief Apothecary. Space Marine Apothecaries are support characters from the Space Marine Codex. While they aren't great fighters like lieutenants or captains, they serve an important duty. Apothecaries can heal wounded Space Marine infantry or biker models once per turn for 1d3 lost wounds. In addition, an Apothecary has a 3-inch aura, which allows the same models to ignore all wound loss suffered on a roll of 6 or higher. That means every time a Space Marine fails their armor save, you have a 1 in 6 chance to ignore each point of damage you would suffer. Apothecaries also get access to the Combat Revival stratagem. For 1 command point, you can once per turn return a slain infantry or biker model back to its unit. This is very good for expensive units with lots of wounds per mob, like our Inceptor squad. Apothecaries come in 2 variations: the basic Apothecary and the Primaris Apothecary. The regular Apothecary comes equipped with an Astartes chainsword, so he has actual armor penetration in close combat, while the Primaris Apothecary has an additional wound and a stronger pistol, but at a slightly higher points cost. Generally, the Primaris Apothecary is preferred because he gets access to the Vox Disperitum relic, which extends the range of his aura abilities by 3 inches. The reason why you will almost never see a competitive Space Marine army without an Apothecary is due to the Chief Apothecary upgrade. In exchange for a small increase in points cost, 1 Apothecary per army can be upgraded to a Chief Apothecary. The main benefits to this are the ability to always heal 3 wounds rather than rolling, and access to the Selfless Healer Warlord trait. With this Warlord trait, the Combat Revival stratagem becomes free to use. That is fantastic, because your character will now generate value just by standing around, and in a way pay you back for the points you spend on him. Usually, I would be buying a Primaris Apothecary for $35 and I would call it a day. However, there are 2 or maybe even 3 problems with this. First, the Primaris Apothecary is currently sold out everywhere. Second of all, I already own a Primaris Apothecary. This one isn't painted yet, It is just lying around on my shelf, and to be frank, I don't want to buy the same model twice. The third problem is that this is an Ultramarines army, and the chief apothecary of the Ultramarines is a mysterious individual called Corpus Helix. Not a lot is known about Corpus Helix. He is only mentioned 2 or 3 times in the Codex, and he has never received a model before. So, in order to build Corpus Helix, we are going to need 2 important things. First, we need a generic Space Marine body, and for this I will be using Sergeant Sylvestres. Next, Nartectum. The Nartectum is the tool the apothecary uses in the fluff to provide first aid in the midst of battle. What apothecary model would be the best fit for this? And the one I decided to go with is the Blood Angel's Sanguinary Priest. The Blood Angel's Sanguinary Priest has a Nartectum on his right arm, which is also the arm not holding the chainsword. So it's already a good fit. And I did my research on this. The arm with the Nartectum doesn't actually have the hand with the grail molded on. So we can absolutely just replace it with one of the hands from our spare intercessor sprue. We also get this backpack, which includes the apothecary symbol, a little searchlight, and some medical tubing. So this will be the arms that we are going to use. And now, because the chief apothecary of the Ultramarines is a unique character with massive significance in the lore, I want him to have some bling to make him really stand out. And for this, I grabbed the Ultramarines upgrade sprue. This is not the same thing as the Primaris upgrade sprue we purchased in episode 1. This includes pieces you would use for regular Space Marines. Here we have 2 Roman looking power swords. I mean, what's the Roman? We have helmets with the Ultramarine symbol. We have one really fancy helmet, some plumes, and then we have some really fancy shoulder pads, and I'm probably going to be using this one because it looks really fancy. With all of that said, the conversion can begin. there he is.
Corpus Helix, Chief Apothecary of the Ultramarines, as interpreted by me.
That was episode 6 of Space Marine Plays 40k. Before you leave, I just want to announce that the next 2 episodes might get delayed by a few days due to shipping problems with the next batch of soldiers I want to add to the army. If they arrive in time, expect no changes, but if they don't, I told ya. Thank you for watching, and may the Emperor protect you.